Good morning. This is Joy Luke with Ville Platte Dodge. I'm showcasing a 2017 Jeep Cherokee Sport. This one is $4,000 off this month. And today I'm combining two of my favorite things, selling cars and my cats. I'm going to show you how practical this Jeep Cherokee is when I'm traveling with my cat. And without further ado, we're going to walk back around. Got three options really of where to put the kitty cat. The first one is he could sit on the front seat, which really isn't my choice. So we're going to close that. It didn't close good, so we're going to close it again. Second choice, he's not fabulously happy with this. This is an airline approved pet carrier that I picked up from Petco. But as you can see, he's perfectly comfortable in there. He's just upset. He thinks he's in kitty jail, but there we have it. So when I go home to Mississippi, it takes me about 7 hours to get there, including rest stops. So as you can tell, I have taken the seat belt and ran it through his loops here and secured him as best we can, so his carrier will stay secure, heaven forbid, in the event of an accident. But as you can see, he's got plenty of room there. While I'm back here, you might notice I have slid the front seat, this seat, forward. The reason for that is when I'm traveling, what I do is I put a clear, I put something to cover the floor mat up, and this back area here is where I put his water and his food so that he can eat back here when we do our rest stops. Another important consideration when you're traveling with a cat is what do you do with the bathroom facilities? Well guys, I use this back area back here. I put a blanket over it, and for a portable litter box, instead of doing the plastic thing, I usually just stop at Dollar General and buy one of those aluminum tin roasting pans, and I keep my litter real light, maybe about an inch of kitty litter in there. You don't want to put a lot in there because then you're going to have to be cleaning out your Jeep Cherokee for weeks after the trip's over. If you keep it kind of shallow, they still get the idea and he knows what to do. And again, at rest stops, I usually would just, walk him back here and show Kyle the litter box. And he's a cat, he knows what it is when he recognizes the kitty litter. So when we stop for bathroom breaks, that's what happens, guys. So I'm going to just shut this here. I'm going to shut this door here. And that Kyle's door didn't shut good. I'm going to shut it again. And we're going to walk around. Isn't that a good looking Jeep? And remember, $4 grand off this month. Look at the tires on that. So $4 grand off of $26,660 leaves you at $22,660 for this 2017 Cherokee Sport Altitude FWD. It's front wheel drive, and look at the roof racks on that. Isn't that a good looking Jeep for $22,660? Okay, here's some practical things. When I am traveling with my pets, of course I like to give everything correct. Here is just a few other safety features. This is just showing your radio controls here. And of course I turn my AC on. I usually keep it turned up pretty high, especially when they're traveling with me. If I have to leave them unattended for a few minutes when I go to a store to get us both some food, what I do, guys, is I keep my engine running in the winter time so that they have heat. In the summertime, especially from this point forward, I keep the AC on so that he's comfortable, and keep my door locked so nobody runs off my most prized possession. But another safety trip thing I do when I'm traveling, with the cats, and I guess it's probably the same thing when you have kids, sometimes everybody's screaming, clamoring for your attention. With voice activation, I can change my radio station I can change the air conditioner temperature higher or lower as I need to. So it leaves me hands-free to do that. I can connect my phone to Bluetooth so that way I can call my mom and say, look, you know, me and Kyle are about an hour away. So that way, if she's cooked something for us, which she always has, and she can either save it for me or put it in the refrigerator, and she'll say, well, Joy, I've left you a plate. You know, yours is in the stove for you to heat up when you get home. I'm going on to bed. So I like the hands-free Bluetooth, especially when you're traveling. Another safety tip I do when I'm traveling, I do this, guys, when I have the cats with me or when I don't, but I usually do have them with me on the long road trips, is where do you stop for gas, food, water, or bathroom break for yourself? Safety first, people, safety first. I always pick a truck stop. A, they're always well lit. B, they've always got a ton of people around. C, I never ever park on the back side of the building. I never ever park far away from the building. I always pick a place that's super close to the door. If anything weird is going to happen, it's usually going to happen away from the crowd. So just safety first. Another thing I like, if I have the cat's leash, but Kyle and I are still working on that, so I truly don't let him walk on the leash. However, you have a little dog that you've trained and could walk on the leash. At the bigger truck stops, there are the grassy areas that you can take Rover out and let him take a few steps. Another thing that I like about my Jeep that I do, and this one will do as well, when you unlock the doors, it just unlocks mine. And so that way, all of the doors, including the rear gate, are locked upon entry. So that way, a stranger cannot come up and get into my car in the back seat with the cat, or the front seat with me, or they can't, you know, unlock the rear gate there. So just a way to be safe. Another reason I like truck stops is because they have a bigger variety of food. They might have a Subway or something like that attached to them, so you can get something nutritious for lunch or supper or whatever while you're traveling. And I also, if I have packed in a hurry, they usually, if you'll stop at a truck stop, they usually have something like kitty litter or cat food, you know, and so you can kind of just take care of everything all in one place. But this Jeep is really super duper conducive to traveling with pets. You know, look at how happy he is back there. Now granted, he is kind of a talker, but he's perfectly fine. He's perfectly secure. Kyle is a really good traveler. He knows when I unzip him that it's time for food, it's time for water, it's time for a bathroom break. Like I said, if you'll show a kitty cat the litter box one time, they've got it. Another thing I do sometimes when we're traveling, and we stop somewhere to eat, I usually just eat in the vehicle with him so he's more calm. And if I let him sit up here, I will put his water container right here so that he can drink out of it. You know, it might be a plastic tumbler from home. If I get something at the store, I might get a styrofoam cup and tear about the first 2 inches off of it so that he can drink out of it. But anyway, just some cool safety tips for traveling with your pet. Another cool one right here is the phone charger. So now that Google Maps is on everybody's phone, I just always have my phone charger in, and that way, you know, I make sure that I pick that at home my Wi-Fi's up and that I have got my map all routed out. If something happens and if I change routes and if I get out out where there's an area where I lose my Wi-Fi connection and I'm not sure where I'm going, what I do, guys, is I choose to go to a McDonald's. McDonald's always has free Wi-Fi. Pull in there. Sometimes you don't even have to go into the building. and you can connect to their Wi-Fi, and then you can redirect yourself on Google Maps as to where you're going. But as always, I try to just be safe when I'm traveling. And you know, it makes it even more fun when you're traveling with your little favorite companions. Cal is getting a little worked up in the back. Didn't he do great, guys? He's got some Meow Mix in his future and some Temptations kitty cat treats. Bye, Kyle. Love you, boo. I love Kyle. Love Kyle. So this is Joy Luke and Kyle signing off from Ville Platte Dodge. And again, remember this 2017 Jeep Cherokee Sport that Kyle and I have demoed for you this morning is $4 grand off. Buy from Joy at 601-575-8481. Kyle says bye.